Hi everyone, so today I'll continue on working with Spellbinders' new Say Cheese Classic Mouse collection. I did sort of an unboxing of some of the items in a previous video when they first launched, and then I told you guys I would follow up because there are quite a few pieces, but things like this I think you guys really want to see in action how you're going to put it together. So I do have a couple new sets today to share with you, or sets that I didn't show in the last video. The last time around I showed you guys the better press with the little Steamboat Willie. There are quite a few items in this collection. It is huge. There's all kinds of, there are all kinds of papers and ephemera and just a lot of items, okay? And then there's a lot of inspo too along with that. So, every person that either was reviewing this or, had this sent to them, they are putting out tons of inspo for you guys, along with Spellbinders, of course. So you guys can check all that stuff out. There are some other sets here, like this one that makes these little pennants and banners and super cute. And I think I showed you that in the last video. I maybe just didn't use it. Alphabets. Actually, this is the numbers and then the alphas. Again, it's kind of like a classic mouse feel. I'll leave it at that. And then I used the borders in the last video too, so I'm not going to put them on my board here because today we're going to focus on these guys, but I did want to show you all those different things. I don't recall right now off the top of my head if they have a bundle. Sometimes they'll do a big bundle, but it would be a huge bundle, so maybe not, because it would be just tons of sets. So today I'm going to focus on our little duo, and then this little guy looks like a little life preserver kind of thing, but it's just a cute little set down here at the bottom, and I'm sorry I don't recall the name of it at the moment, but as I always do, I will link in the description box all the July releases and then just this collection, and you can see all the different pieces there. And these items were sent free of charge from my review. Of course, all opinions are my own, and those links will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for using them. Again, pricing's the same. It's just a nice way of getting you over there, and you can still use your coupons if you're a club member, 10% off or whatever, right? It's all the same. So thank you for checking those out. So I put these in a way that hopefully makes sense. We'll see. You have Mickey's face and you have Minnie's face, I believe. They look very similar, right? But I feel like this one's the Mickey one, especially because of the other pieces that go along with it. I might be incorrect on that, but I think that's how it is. And actually, I just went to go look just to make sure. I don't think that it matters, but because I'm telling you, this base looks a lot the same both ways, but I do think this is the mini one, actually. This one, and that one goes that way, and then these switch out too. Okay, I just want to make sure everything's nice and clear, because if it's facing that way, when you cut it, it faces this way. Yeah, so that's Minnie, and to me, that would look more masculine. But you know what? Whatever. Like I said, they're very, very, very similar. Okay, so you have the heads there. You have the accents, of course, for the little face. Mickey's hat accent. This little accent here gives you another little tiny accent for the hat right here. As you can see, there's like little embossed lines. And then this one is the little buttons. So if you want to run that through gold or black or whatever it is that you want to do, if you do want to do a black and white, that looks so cute with a very Steamboat kind of look. So anyway, I guess I should call him Steamboat Willie. I don't know what the little lady's name was in that. So there you go. His shorts, and the little body, of course, shoes. This tail is intended to be his. And then you have all these little arms that mix and match however you want. If you want them looking like they're doing this or that or up or whatever. So you have all these little arms to do all kinds of things. I mean, they can be up, down, however, little pinkies. How cute is that? And then little arms. And there are two of each, which is really nice because they're facing different ways. I mean, this one could have just been one, but they did give you two, which is nice. Okay, so over here we have our little gal. She has a hat, an accent for the hat, the little flower that pops out of her hat, body, eyelashes that kind of stick out from behind the little face there, skirt. These are the little bloomers. It's so funny right now. They're bringing back all these 90s things or whatever it was. And I'm like, we used to wear bloomers, like legit shorts that were like puffy. You guys remember them? Just as shorts. And then you wore your shiny Vans or your shiny like patent leather shoes. Anyway, maybe that was just in California. I don't know, because I would love to see them again. They're so cute. Shoes. Her little shoes there. And then that's intended to be her tail. This is a piece that goes behind the mouth area. I will say it does. Okay, that's what it is. So there's a mouth, but then there's also like a red if you want to do that. Or again, if you're doing black and white scale, then maybe you do that. But I'm very curious. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know why I intend, in my mind, it says mouth on there. No, it's hard to see. There we go. I would cut this out of black paper, but you need to cut this out of red paper, because if you can imagine, this background is black, and then this is like that creamy kind of color. There's already going to be black in this area, so you need that little red showing through, okay? And then this is intended to be a little flower if you want them holding flowers, you know, kind of thing. Okay, and then this piece, very simple. You have the circle. You can make it look like a little circle, like life preserver type thing. You don't have to do that. You can just be the circle. You have this inlays that cut out words like, well, hello there. How cute is that? And you have swell. And you have, oh boy, and you have golly over here, right? And then you have hearts and stars. And what's cute about these is that they can layer like this. So if you just want a star that's this big, you want a star that's this big, or do you want to put them together like this and run them through, and then you have that little outline. So you just have fun ways of just adding more decoration. Same thing for the hearts and the different size star. So we're going to make this very simple because I want to focus on creating. I think I'm going to do the gal today, so we'll do that, and then she'll have like a little, well, hello there or something cute with her, and we'll go from there. So let me grab some scraps, because honestly, if you do the black and white kind of scale, obviously you're going to have to come up with those things, but I think I'm going to have her wearing colors today, so I am going to go grab something for that. Okay, just to start off, I already have this card base. It is 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score that at 5.5 inches. And yes, if you follow my videos a lot, you know I always left the cover on this. And I was filming a video that you're not going to see for another couple weeks. And it started coming off, so I took it off in that video. So there you go. Nice and shiny. So 5.5. And then I think I'm going to do a pink matte layer. Because I had to pause twice in like 30 seconds. I'm going to use a pink matte layer because I think that'll be cute with the pink and the red and everything else. So I'm going to do 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. That's just the kind of matte layering I like. I'm debating if I should run this through an embossing folder because it's going to be kind of plain just in the background. You know, just to have a little something extra. Excuse me, or should we again just focus on our little gal there? But I think I'll just run this through embossing folder. I mean, that part's not that important, so whatever embossing folder you like or would like to do that with, go for it. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I will show you which one I'm using. My 3D embossing folder, this one's called Floating Balloons. Haven't used it yet. I picked this up a while back. Gorgeous. So 3D embossing folder with the little balloons. That's cute. I think that'll be fun. So let's check this guy out. And I don't want to tease you because I haven't checked to see if this is in stock because I know things like this are usually gone. But look how cute. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to glue that down and then we'll work on our little gal. Okay, so for our little lady here, you don't need too much of any color really. I just grabbed some scraps here. So I guess you don't need that. Oh, I'm so silly. I put away the black piece of cardstock I needed. I had 2 colors of cream, or 2 pieces, and I'm like, oh, I don't actually need this one. I need this one, and then I put the black paper away instead. All right. So, black background, right? Her head. Black tail. The little arms. Oh, you know what? I didn't really think about what color I want for this base here, but her little arms. Okay, so this one, it looks like little pinkies, but basically it's holding the flower if you want her to hold a little flower or however. Yeah, this whole thing should also be black because the little legs are attached to that, right? So we have that. Skirt. I'm going to do skirt, shoesies, and hat all red. So I have a red here. So, you know, the background of the hat could be black, but, you know, her little head's black. So I'd rather do that red shoes. Black band on the hat. Why not? Or a little pink, just to bring that pink back in. Black for the eyelash, and you only need one of this because the way she's turned. So I'm already going to start sticking this down so it doesn't move on me when I run them through. Okay. We have tail here. Okay, all that. Cream colored, at least that's what I'm using. If you're doing black and white scale, obviously you want to think about those colors. This one just needs to be, again, I think that's the only piece that needs to be cream colored. I'm going to do white for the little bloomers, but the cream color would be just fine. You're only seeing like the smallest amount of them anyway. And let's stick that down. And you know, if you want her holding the flower, you would have the little flower stem and then your flower. This also needs to be red. Well, doesn't need to be, but that's what I want it to be for mine. Oh, and the little flower on her head. Okay, so the little flower doesn't have a lot going on. I mean, if you just want to run that through black or something like that, you can definitely do that. But maybe I'll run that through that pink. Look at this scrap of... That's pitiful. Okay. All right, I'm using it. I don't even think it'll help. I'll run this little guy through this little pink, just to bring some of that pink back. Even though, actually, that's kind of, because the background is pink. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. It's the same color pink, and it's going to kind of blend in a little bit, but that's all right. Okay, so we have that one. And her arms. So which little arms do we want? Maybe these little guys. So again, also through black paper. Okay. So I'm going to run these items through. We'll put her together and then we'll do the little sentiment kind of accent. And I'll be back. I got almost everything on this one. But again, however big your machine is, you know, put everything on there and you can get... Basically, I don't think you have to repeat any of the dies, so that's really nice. And so, yeah, I mean, you can get the whole character done in one fell swoop. There, look at the little flower, so cute. Okay, I'm going to clear that off and then just run the red one through. If I had put everything on there a little more conservatively, you know, kind of tight over here, I think it would have been fine. But to go all at once. Okay, I'll be right back. I do want to show you how small, because I thought, oh, that's a little scrap that just fell out. That is part of her bloomers, okay? This is probably the smallest thing you're going to work with. Everything else is pretty workable, but just know that that little piece you're going to need. Oh gosh, you guys, this is so cute. Okay, so sorry about all these things that are just kind of in the way here. I want to focus on these things. And I didn't even take these guys out because it just reminds me of like a little decoupage kit or something. Okay. So, we can pop this piece out. And basically that piece that goes in the mouth, I'm going to go ahead and stick that down right now. Which is this red piece, remember? It said mouth, and cut that out in red. It's really going to start popping once you start putting all these little accent pieces in, obviously. You have all these little embossed lines on there, so you can see exactly where this should go. So clearly this is going to go right on here. Yeah, that's so funny because to me that looks exactly the same as Steamboat Willie. Like, I mean, doesn't it? I guess the only other thing is you have the little eyelashes, and I suppose it was made that way on purpose. But the body definitely does face one way. This part, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to stick it behind this area, and then that'll make it look very Minnie-ish. I suppose it should go like there, right? I mean, it's supposed to go above the eyelash, above the eye. So maybe in here somewhere. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so that adds a little something. That adds, as they say. Okay, so we have this guy. And then the tail and the arms, we'll play with that in just a moment. Actually, we're going to need those right now. So there's that. And the tail. I love this. This paper's so thick and it just feels like a little fun. Okay. Let's get her skirt out. There we go. So with this one, again, there are lines everywhere, guys. So if you think I'm just kind of winging it, I'm not. There's lines for the shoes, lines for that. We should probably stick down the bloomers so that we can not misplace that tiny little piece. Excuse me. And the Steamboat Willie one is just as easy to work with. Okay, let me poke this out. Part of the reason I keep pausing is because I keep calling them by a different name. They are Steamboat Willie and his little lady friend, okay? You guys know that copyright expired, so that's why people can use Steamboat Willie. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. And a little glue in there. Again, where are my tools when I need them? I'd rather not pick this up with a tweezer, but I might have to. Do you guys ever just like go blind when you're kind of looking for a certain thing? Oh, forget it. I'm just gonna use my nail. I can't even find a tweezer. So like, of course. Okay, let's get this little guy. Pop him on there. Oh my gosh, how cute. And then this little guy. So as you can see, you can do it by hand. Okay. I wasn't wanting to do it by hand, but I did. Okay, there we go. And a little glue here too for her shoesies. Okay, come on. Well, actually, I can just do that. There we go. Oh, not be too rough with them. How cute is that? Oh, my glue dried already. It was a very thin layer that I popped on there. Okay. That is adorable. You know, some of these things can be glittery, whatever you want. Oh my gosh. Super cute. Okay, the arms are gonna go in the back. We have the little hat. Oh, okay, so that's what... Oh yeah, it just goes over the head. Okay. I was just curious if I was supposed to tuck that in somewhere, but I mean, I don't even know how you would tuck it in somewhere. So, I did do a black band, but that is also... It's down here. And I don't know, when I first saw it, I thought the black band was going to be in the middle, and it's not. So just keep that in mind next time you make yours. Maybe you do want to differentiate it, because there's a lot of black already with the little head and everything, right? But there we go. There's a little strip there, just like a little detail. I'm going to put glue here. I don't know. And cup it right by her little ear. I think that's the best place for that. Right? Hope you can see what I did there. Just kind of nestled it into the ear area. And it's possible it goes behind that, but oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little glue here. And oh, I was gonna put the little bow with flower here. I suppose you can put it wherever you want. Maybe I'll put it over here. So cute. Okay, and then you have her little body, so that's just going to glue on there, and it looks funky right now because she doesn't have arms, but we'll put them on in just a moment. Again, if you want to pop this up from the base, that's also very cute to do. It's so cute because it's just head and then body. Look at that. All right, and then we can put some glue. And the little arms, I mean, they can be like this. I suppose they could be up like this. That's kind of an interesting look. I'm just going to pop them back here. It's kind of the shape of the body a little bit. So when you go to put them on, you have a better idea of where to put them. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Her little arms just like, okay. And then little tail. So, I don't know, I'm just putting glue. There's a big dot on here that you put your glue on, and I'm just gonna put it like there. Oh my goodness. Okay, did I get everything? I was gonna say her arms keep moving, so I don't know if I glued them right. There we go. And that is our little lady, and the Steamboat Willie one is just as easy to put together, guys. Hopefully, I know there's a lot of black background here. I mean, just the cutest. It looks like those new cookies that people make with the fondant, and you cut it like cookie cutter. If you're familiar with those. Very cute. Okay, let me grab some papers, clean up some of these dies, put these away, and grab some paper to do our little sentiment. Okay guys, so I know this one's gonna have a lot of black and white. You know, I would do pink, but I already have pink in the background. So for this one, I'm using all 3 layers that say, well, hello there, and then the center circle, because why not? You don't have to do any of that. And then I'll also run just the outside circle through some white paper, just so, sorry, I was testing something on this one, but just so I can have a background piece instead of the pink poking through from the very background of my card base. Put another little guy on here. And get this guy up from under, resting there. I'll be right back. And that came out just amazingly. And then you can use those little letters, I suppose, if you have the patience to kind of just use them on something else. I'll be right back. Okay guys, while I was doing that, I also ran some hearts through. I will say, when they have things like this, they do these really nice downloads that when you're looking at the images for like the collection or this listing or however, they'll have little pictures, and along with the pictures, they also have, I forget what they call them, like creative something or other, but they're downloads. So you'll have an image of, you know, what she's supposed to look like, what each die looks like, and what you're cutting from each one. So I would definitely recommend downloading those or saving the image, right, so that you can use them later, because they are very detailed. You will get, of course, your carrier will have info on it. I don't know how specific it is. Sometimes they'll kind of show you some of the steps, and then, you know, how you might want to put together a card. So just keep that in mind. I would always download those beautiful images because they take the time to do them, and they're really, really nice. So, oh, you know what? I didn't cut the center out. Let me think about that one. Maybe I won't. I don't know. That's funny. That's kind of... should I cut it out? I feel like I should. I totally forgot about that, guys. Sorry. So let me bring that back, and I'll just eyeball it at this point, but hopefully it's right in the center, and that's fine. If it's a little bit off, not the biggest deal. Okay, I'll run that through again, but I would have put both of those circles together at the same time and run it through. Okay, sorry about that. And you have a little circle if you use it for something else. There you go. Put this over here and glue these guys together, and hopefully this glue will be ready to go. Yep. Cute. Hey, not too bad for having to do it secondly. Okay, and oh, that's cute. Just trying to think where I want to put these things. Something like that. And I'm just going to glue this right down. And I was debating if I was going to put dimensionals behind her or not. I think I should. It would look cutest. And I'll just leave her tail like kind of doing its own thing. No big deal there. We'll add some of these little hearts in a moment. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals for my stash. Something that might be a little bit smaller because I do want to put one behind her little flower. Yeah, and then I'll just festoon this with dimensionals, and I will be right back because it does take a little while to take the backs off, and I don't want to waste your time with that kind of detail. So I will be right back. Okay. Super cute. I'll just put it right down here. The little flower is just the cutest. And then I was just going to put these just somewhere fun. Maybe I should put them here. Maybe. Just one and then another one kind of nearby there. I might have to put on a dimensional. That dimension is coming from the embossing folder, you know? So I think I will put this on a little something. That's very... I would put on this other one, but it's so thin. Well, maybe I will. I think I got one piece. Yeah, that fit perfectly. And let's pop this on here. Something like that. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I know that took a little minute because I wanted to walk through each and every piece there and kind of talk about the construction. Even if I didn't work on the Steamboat Willie one today, you can see that it works up very much the same way. He's wearing a hat and then his little outfit, right? So thanks for watching guys. I will have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now. Oh, you know, as I was putting things away, one other thing you can do is also build them within the circle. So I don't think her head fits in this hole right now, but if you put the body, you know, behind here and then glue the head over the top, you can definitely do that, and that will work really well. With here, you know, you have to get it strategically placed, but with the, you know, swell or oh boy or golly, it's just the one word, and you'd definitely be able to put the little ring around them, which is adorable, I think. So, all right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.